You know, time really does fly when you're having fun. And to be honest with you, whether you're having fun or not, time really does fly. But this is J. Calvin Tibbs, pastor of Kingdom Dominion Church, and I want to share with you out of our series, By This Time Next Year, some things that maybe you want to consider now so that your then can be far better than your today. When I was growing up, I remember my parents used to say that time flies the older you get. The older you get, the more time flies. Well, you know, that thing seems to be absolutely right. And I don't know how old you are, but I'm telling you that we've got to do some things right now that help us when we get to our tomorrow. By this time next year, we should be closer to God, sharper in our walk with Him, smarter and more humble. But we've got to do some things to make that happen. One thing we've got to do is remember. You know, the Bible says to remember the Lord thy God, for it is He who gives you the power to get wealth. I want to encourage you to know that 12 months from now, you don't have to be messed up in your finances and messed up in your health. If we can just remember that God is the one who's responsible for it anyway, not our employers, not our great inventions. It's the Lord thy God. He's the one that gives us power. But why is He giving us this power? And why is He blessing us with wealth? Well, He wants to establish our covenant. Unbeknownst to many, making money is not about paying bills. We got to remember why He said He's giving us the power. And it's right at the back of that verse, so that He could establish His covenant. The gospel is a funded entity. God could have done it without it, but remember, He's smarter than us. So when we make money, we should both be tithing and giving of offerings. I'll tell you what your 12-month future looks like based upon what you do with what God blesses you with. Well, not only do we have to remember, but I think also we need to forget some things. Philippians 3:13 says we got to forget those things that lie behind and reach forward to those things which are ahead. We got to press towards the mark for the prize. There's some good things that come from pressing, great things that come from forgetting. Okay, so you made some mistakes, so you didn't do right, so you did some things on purpose, and now you're paying the price. You got to forget that stuff, and you got to press forward into what God requires and desires. The most important thing He wants us to know is that you don't have to fail. 1 Corinthians 13:8 says love never fails. So we've got to lock in current day with this reality. Our 12-month history is going to be as strong or as weak as our ability to let God love on us, because love absolutely never fails. So by this time next year, I really hope that you have accounted for this reality. Not just next year, but every day we draw closer to the return of Jesus. So as far as that's concerned, if we don't account for Him, but we account for health and money and marriage and success, then we've not done the right thing now to prepare for His return then. So I encourage you, thinking about what this time next year looks like, it surely must include an abiding relationship with the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. We'll see you next time on Your Place in the Kingdom.